Updates and news and updates right here, right now. Greetings Romies and welcome to romrom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and to a regular news roundup. Welcome to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. If you have any news for us, send us a mail to news@romrom.net. We were expecting big news from Raceroom as they had a long downtime on Tuesday, about 8 hours for upcoming content releases and events, and they delivered a small update on Friday. Guess the downtime wasn't planned to be as long as it turned out to be. Not the first time they run into big problems with or after an update. Oh yeah, and the first DLC for Assetto Corsa competizione in more than a year, remember we talked about that, will arrive on the 23rd of March. No word on the track's DLC, but it's early days still. Oh, and no info on the price of the March DLC either. After the small delay we informed you about last week, Razer dropped their newest version of Automobilista 2, numbered 1.3.4.0. It brings the F-USA Gen 1 class featuring Lola T9500 and Reinhardt 95i, which are part of the Racing USA Part 2 DLC, both cards from 1995 as their numbering implies. Also, you can now adjust the mirrors of your car when you are in VR races. They cleansed up the force feedback code and added finer ways to customize the AI drivers on a per track basis. The HUD got some tweaks corrected, as did the force feedback for Caterhams and other cars, and the AI lines for Goiânia and Road America saw a slight rework. Now comes the big part, as always, the physics. Axle elasticity, yeah, that's a thing, has been revised for many of the vehicle series. The ABS information gets updated more often. The turbo model for many Formula series has been revised, as well as engine heating and cooling properties for these series and other cars. And they've even added engine support for thermostatic water cooling, a sentence I had to read twice to be able to understand. Razer is Razer, am I right? There were some changes to the sound, nothing big, but there were massive changes done to Road America and some fixes done to a total of 16 tracks. Compared to this, the adding of driver animations to some of the series that didn't have them, and things like fixing the oil temperature needle on the ARC Camaro and the Caterham 620R are just drops in the ocean. As always, a link to the detailed list of changes is in our description. While it's a reason to rejoice to reach your 5th anniversary, especially for such a renowned group as Raceroom Studios, it's sad to have to do it in a country ravaged by a war. As most of Raceroom Studios are in Ukraine, not only will their Formula Hybrid 2022 be delayed by a month or two, they ask you to donate to a charity taking care of hospitals in Ukraine. See the link in our description. Still, they have started a sale on their site for many of their products, so at least you can celebrate their 5th birthday. To all in Raceroom Studio and all the people in Ukraine, stay safe, stay strong, Slava Ukraini. From Frontier, makers of Elite Dangerous, Roller Coaster Tycoon and Jurassic World, amongst others, comes the newest entry in the world of F1 games. Not much has been disclosed about the game until now. While many are glad it's not published by EA, I'd contend that Frontier don't really have a stellar record, especially not in the last couple of years. Their newest DLC for Elite Dangerous was universally loathed for horrible graphics and convoluted gameplay, was and still is buggy as heck. Maybe under the severe eyes of F1 they were not willing to mess it up, maybe they were still able. We'll know when it comes out. I gotta say, it will be hard to beat the addictiveness of Motorsport Manager, a game I've sunk too many hours trying and retrying strategies, mods and pilots. And the fact that it releases in about half a year and the trailer shows zero in-game footage makes us deeply suspicious. They should be at least halfway finished with something to show for the release not to be yet another NASCAR 21. Well, maybe the foreseeable crunch is the reason Frontier halted development on the console version of Elite Dangerous. We will really have to see, won't we? The Ferrari eSports Series 2022 will start in March with a new sponsor, Velas, the introduction of Kamil Paslovsky, last year's winner, into the Ferrari team, and the introduction of Assetto Corsa Competizione as SIM that will be used alongside Assetto Corsa. Public registration to join the series will open on the 22nd of March. It seems those registering may be able to look forward to a special content for Assetto Corsa Competizione, but the information from Ferrari was muddy at best here. Contrary to what was the case in the last two series, it seems the competition will now be open to sim racers all around the world. In case the name Velas doesn't ring a bell, don't worry, they are one of the myriad of companies spouting blockchain, cryptocurrency, Ethereum in their case, and NFTs that we don't expect to survive until the next decade, or even the next year. After a much shorter downtime on Friday than the one on Tuesday, Raceroom now has released a car pack with almost all of the cars of the 2021 DTM season, which, as you may remember, was the first one raced on GT3 cars. The one car missing is the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evo. No reasons have been given about why it's not included in the pack, but it may very well be license discussions did not deliver any result acceptable to both sides. The pack is available already for a price of over €14 USD or 1266 VRP, the latter being the cheaper way to add content to Raceroom. If you like this video and would like to see more, consider becoming a patron, thus letting us spread our wings. Amongst other perks, it will fix your name for posterity like this. A big thank you to our patrons. If you come here regularly when time permits, please consider subscribing. We don't know how much money Fanatec has spent securing the rights to the GT name, but we expect it to be a nice sum. In any case, and as they already had communicated, Fanatec is producing a Gran Turismo branded DD wheelbase compatible, of course, with PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 consoles, which is surely going to bring them much of the money they spent on the license. This base is more on the DD Lite side of things, as it delivers a maximum of 8 Nm torque. More than enough for GT and for most players for sure, but not comparable to the finesse and strength of higher Nm systems. As with the standard CSL DD base, you can buy a table clamp for the GT DD2, but the price of €600 USD is €100 USD more than the CSL DD. In further news around Fanatec, the company has entered a partnership with Jimmy Broadbent, supporting his real-life racing career with Praga, a partnership that is planned to be expanded to further sim racing and motorsports endeavors yet to be named. No information has been given about what this means financially for the Jimmy Broadbent brand. In yet further news, Fanatec have announced they are going to increase the price of several products across the CSL, Club Sport and Podium lines. According to Fanatec, the wheelbases are not going to see a price increase, and they have tried to keep the increase to a minimum. Fanatec says they have been forced to do so because of the continuous increase of manufacturing and logistic costs, which is a trend that can be seen overall in IT and engineering products, and not only there. They seem to also have lowered the price of some of their products, but as with the price increase, they have not delivered more specific information. We, on the other hand, deliver as specific information as we can in our videos and can prove it if you check the playlist to the left or the video to the right. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other on the podium.